Hello Charleston County, my name is Rachel Odzer and I'm standing here today outside of the Charleston County landfill to conduct an important public service announcement about an emerging solid waste treatment option that could help save our county. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, Charleston County has seen a population growth of 14% in the past 7 years. Based on data from the United States Environmental Protection Agency, each person generates on average 4.7 pounds of municipal solid waste, or MSW, each day. If we widen this out to the entire county, then Charleston County must handle 31,000 tons of MSW during each year. This is a significant burden to place on our collection personnel, logistics team, and our local commercial publicly owned landfill to have space for all of our garbage. Unfortunately, the US EPA's estimate is actually lower than the data that's been published in the South Carolina Solid Waste Management Annual Report for fiscal year 2017. The Beast Ferry landfill, which serves Charleston County, is a permitted annual rate of disposal of 316,709 tons per year. When we look further at generation numbers, each person in Charleston County generates 6.75 pounds of MSW per day. Furthermore, each person landfills 4.75 pounds per day, and we only recycle at an average rate of 32%. According to the same annual report, the Beast Ferry landfill has a remaining capacity of 4.7 tons, which equates to a remaining life of 15 years based on this permitted capacity, but actually based on our current disposal rate, it's about 27.5 years. So in the immediate moment, Charleston County has minimal concerns about the space for a new landfill. However, the financing, permitting, and construction process for a landfill can take many years. Therefore, it is of the utmost importance that Charleston County turn its attention to emerging municipal solid waste treatment options in order to reduce the amount of material that is deposited into our public landfill each year. One of the most viable treatment options for Charleston County is to consider the utilization of hydrothermal carbonization, or HTC. HTC is a thermal conversion technique that occurs at relatively low temperatures of about 180 to 350 degrees Celsius, and in particular has the potential to overcome many of the challenges associated with biological treatment of discarded waste. HTC allows for smaller treatment footprints, more efficient conversion of mixed waste, and greater waste volume reductions. HTC is able to convert all of our discarded municipal solid waste into liquid, gas, and most importantly, a carbon-rich solid product known as hydrochar. The hydrochar can be utilized in a variety of environmentally beneficial applications, such as fuel substitute, fertilizer, environmental sorbent, and a use of energy. In fact, in a 2012 paper published by Dr. Liu and al. Shows that MSW actually has an energy content of 11.94 times 10 to the negative third milligrams per grams of wet waste. Additionally, the CO2 that is produced by the hydrochar and methane is actually less when compared to the waste that's been sitting in a landfill. Furthermore, if we assume that 100% of waste segregation is achieved in the landfill with a collection efficiency of 70%, then there would be 0.74 grams of CO2 equivalents per gram of wet waste produced over the lifetime of the landfill. However, currently there is landfilled MSW in Charleston County generates about 61,000 tons of carbon equivalents per year, which is equal to the same greenhouse gas emissions produced from 24,000 homes' energy use for 1 year. By switching to HTC, these emissions would decrease and our beloved air quality would improve. In July of 2018, EPA published its annual report for calendar year 2015 that assesses trends in material generation, recycling, composition, and combustion with energy recovery and landfilling in the United States. According to EPA, the largest component of MSW is actually 22% food. If we assume that Charleston County generates municipal solid waste with the same composition as this national study, then Charleston County would have landfilled 37,000 tons of food waste in 1 year. Instead, if our county switched to using HTC, then we could have saved 25 million tons of landfill gas per year, which is equal to the same greenhouse gas emissions produced from 9,565 passenger vehicles driven for a year. Additionally, our landfill capacity would be increased by 8 years by saving this 38,000 tons of food waste per year from being landfilled. However, one technical requirement for HTC is that it requires a wet waste that has a moisture content of greater than 20%, such as food. This means that Charleston is an ideal county to have this technology utilized due to our large and growing tourism industry, restaurant industry, and our fishing industry that produces organic waste from all of the byproducts of the animals. HTC has several benefits to the local environment and the county's ongoing sustainability efforts. First, the MSW will be diverted from this landfill and changed from a waste into a usable product. This will allow our county to extend the life of the landfill for municipal solid waste streams that cannot be treated by using HTC. Another option would be to utilize the hydrochar as a fertilizer, which would allow the nutrients from food waste to be reclaimed and used to help grow additional foods. Furthermore, there would be energy savings from reductions in the quantity of chemical fertilizers produced that would need to be manufactured. Additionally, the hydrochar can be utilized as an energy source as a replacement to traditional fossil fuels. This means there would be savings in cost, decreased emissions, and decreased land disturbance for mining fossil fuels. Despite the many positive advantages of using HTC, there are a few negatives that the county needs to understand. The first is that there's an intensive pre-screening process before wastes can be treated using HTC. This means that there would be time, more personnel, and costs that would be associated with this process. However, experiments from 2011 also show that furans have been produced from the combustion of HTC. Furans are a very hazardous air pollutant that can have negative effects on the environmental air quality in our county. Additionally, there's a logistical disadvantage is that no county has ever applied HTC at a commercial scale. If Charleston County decides to invest in HTC as a waste management option, there would likely be some difficulties incurred along the way. Even though HTC has a few disadvantages, my friends and fellow Charlestonians, I urge you to approach our landfill managers to tell them to seriously consider using HTC as a viable treatment option for our municipal solid waste.